Welcome. Now we hear from Sandy Lucas and Will Martin with conservative Texans for Charitable Bingo. Welcome to Community Crossroads.
Thank you, ma'am, for having us.
Thanks for having us so much.
And so, give us the latest on the illegal game rooms activity and how they're negatively impacting the area charities in Victoria and the Crossroads.
Well, these illegal game rooms, they not only affect bingo and the charities, they affect any business that works on the disposable dollar, movie theaters, restaurants. It affects all the businesses in the county. Also, the city and the county and the state get tax money off of bingo. So the county and the city usually get anywhere between $80,000 and $90,000 a year, and
it benefits everyone to play bingo.
Bingo is win-win.
And there was a crackdown on the game rooms. I think back in 2019 is when I last heard they were really cracking down on them. But since then, you're saying it has eased up some.
Yes. December the 16th of 2019, our ordinance, which a lot of the businesses and charities in Victoria pitched in money, and it was $20,000. We paid attorneys to write an ordinance, went into effect, and some of the game rooms left. And some of the other ones now, what they have done is built a wall across the middle of the building, and they hang a few dresses and a few purses in the front room and say, this is a boutique. But if you go behind the wall and go through that door, they've got machines back there. And our ordinance states that 8-liners and sweepstakes machines are forbidden in this county. And what gets me is the other counties that I talked to said, look, you have a guy running the place, you have a landlord, and you have the guy that owns the machine. That's 3 people. That's organized crime. And so they throw the book at them for organized crime, and they seize their property. Here in Victoria, they send them a letter saying, please quit doing that. And I'm like, what? You know, I'm trying to figure out where that came from. If you're doing a Class A misdemeanor or a felony, are we sending everybody a letter that says, quit doing that, you know?
Yes, and so if anyone, Sandy, I don't know if you wanted to share anything from conservative Texans about the topic, but it is a statewide issue.
It is a statewide issue, and we're working currently on legislation statewide to increase the penalties for these illegal game rooms, because it is a scourge on our communities. It affects our charities. Just in the Victoria area alone, Charitable Bingo's paid out almost $800,000 to charities in the last year. And that has been greatly affected, though, by the illegal game rooms. And so this affects people's lives.
Thank you so much for coming on and giving that insight. And now we'll go to how you can get in touch with Victoria County Criminal Justice Attorney Constance FILLEY Johnson. Her offices are located in Suite 301 at 205 North Bridge Street. I did speak with District Attorney Constance FILLEY Johnson and Victoria County Sheriff Justin Marr about the illegal game rooms. They say there were at least 12 people arrested during a multi-agency operation that spanned 4 counties in May. A total of 27 game rooms were raided across Victoria, Calhoun, Goliad, and Carnes. 8 arrests were made in Calhoun County, where the Calhoun County constables from Precinct 2 and 3 worked together with the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. They also simultaneously raided 14 game rooms and 3 houses in Victoria. Undercover officers were involved in the investigations, which led to obtaining search warrants. Goliad County raided 2 game rooms in an apartment in Beeville, and there are now 26 separate civil lawsuits seeking to forfeit more than $500,000 related to illegal game room activity. The DA says the notices sent by mail are an essential part of building a strong prosecution. If you are aware of any illegal game room activity, reach out to your local law enforcement agency. Johnson also says due to the pandemic, the courts were shut down for more than a year, so there is a backlog of cases they are working through. The sheriff explained because of the impacts caused by the pandemic, they are strapped for resources at his office. With the increased number of bailouts in our region, their attention has been on decreasing the amount of human trafficking that goes through our region. Keeping a gambling place, gambling promotion, and possession of a gambling device, equipment, or paraphernalia are all Class A misdemeanors according to the Texas Penal Code. However, engaging in organized criminal activity is a state jail felony. Victoria County Commissioners passed an ordinance in 2019 aimed at regulating game rooms by requiring a permit. The district attorney says there is no timeline for the cases at this time, and there are no other details that could be shared since the investigation is ongoing. Agencies and organizations like Conservative Texans for Charitable Bingo are pressing state legislators to provide some clarity that could cut down on crime resulting from illegal game rooms. And now we go to our viewer poll review. Do you support a skate park in CUERO? 45 of you said yes, 12 of you said no. We also asked, does your neighborhood participate in National Night Out? 23 of you said yes, 133 said no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer polls. And here's a look at what we're working on for you next week. We hear from Matthew Lemke about his book tour, the Emmy Science Foundation, and we learn about the military peer